And welcome to this screencast guided tour of the Development Environments module. This may well be the most important module this semester, I don't know, but development environments for software developers are kind of like the knife for a chef. It's that crucial a tool, just as a knife is the tool that the chef reaches for most often to cook food. Your development environment is the thing that's going to be in your hand most of the time and kind of the first point of contact for you with the code that you're developing. So it makes sense to have a good development environment and to know how to use it effectively. So a chef with a dull knife or improper technique, doesn't cook as good a food. And so in this module, I'm going to introduce you to development environments in general and talk about that through this short screencast. But then we're going to start focusing on a specific development environment I want you to use for this class called IntelliJ IDEA. It's a very good one. It's arguably, kind of the best IDE out there for a lot of different environments and for a lot of different reasons. And unfortunately, it's not open source in the same way that Eclipse is. So while you can obtain a free student license that you can use for the rest of your career in ICS, once you go into the workforce, you either have to sign up for your own personal subscription or get your company to buy one for you. But even if you decide not to go on with IntelliJ IDEA, after graduation or even after this semester, my belief is knowledge of many different IDEs is a really useful skill for you that will help you become more proficient with development in general. So even if you are convinced that Emacs is the best or Eclipse is best or NetBeans or Visual Studio or whatever, suspend your disbelief for one semester and really try to get as good as you can with IntelliJ IDEA. I guarantee you that the effort you spend getting over the initial learning curve with IDEA will be well rewarded for you. So I have one experience where it just talks about how to configure it for this class. The other thing that's very important with IDEs is they start up fast. If they don't start up fast, then you're tempted to use some kind of notepad-like editor because you don't want to wait around. So that's one thing I see some students trip over. So it's if you do set it up correctly, it should, and you have a reasonably modern laptop within the last couple of years, you should have no problems having it load quick enough that never becomes an issue. The second thing is that for understanding how to use IntelliJ effectively has a lot to do with, do you understand the keyboard commands and have them kind of in your fingers so that you reach for them and you're not using the mouse all the time and searching around menu items to try to find things to do. And that's a real key thing. And so we have this flashcard game that we're going to play, which is hopefully a fun way for you to get better at using your fingers to navigate around and do various things in IntelliJ. Finally, there's a very short little screencast and project where you're going to just build a tiny little some JavaScript code to execute from within IntelliJ IDEA, and I go through the steps for that because it's not intuitively obvious how you would do that. But once you see it, it's it is obvious, and at that point you're off to the races. So enjoy this module on development environments. I think it's really important and shouldn't take you much time to get through, and you'll be well on your way to coding.